Hi everyone, my name is Joel from Mind What Matters Psychological Consultancy, and in our current pandemic times, we thought we'd take some time to actually share some thoughts and ideas with you. We need to understand that this COVID-19 virus is not just one of physical but also mental health, and if we can best recognize the consequences, all the better we can mitigate and potentially move forward faster as well. Here at our consultancy, we've had the privilege of running numerous crisis management courses for government ministries, organizations, and educational institutions over the last 5 years. And one of the best things that we've learned from this is the need to be adaptable. In such uncertain times, the need to be flexible is paramount. We recognize that this affects all of us collectively in your families, community, and even as a nation. We understand that with this month of being encouraged to stay at home, it is going to put a lot of stress and burden on different people as well. We've had floods of inquiries from people who aren't able to manage working from home that well, who now have to cope with their kids. I hope you don't hear mine in the background, or parents living at home and just managing all those relationships too. The need to be flexible in this time is paramount, and it's going to help us to move forward better in these uncertain times. A lot of critical incident management studies have consistently shown that the most successful ingredient in managing and moving on from crisis is adaptability. So we're putting forth a series on adaptability and just providing some tips, ideas for all of you on how to better manage in these uncertain times. We have to recognize that things are going to seem out of control. There is a real threat to the existing situation, and outcomes are going to be uncertain. Things can happen very fast, and whilst a lot of us choose to focus on what's wrong, we would like to encourage you to, see the other side of the coin and focus on what's right. You hear a lot of these concepts or labels of post-traumatic stress, but we fail to recognize the complementary concept of post-traumatic growth. There's just as much research to show how individuals, communities, and nations can grow together through such experiences. The idea of resilience comes to mind, whether we're talking about individuals or communities. Resilience means that we experience distress, yes, but for shorter periods, and we're much quicker to return to our baseline functioning. Others' experiences of crisis can mean extended periods of dysfunction and much slower returns to baseline functioning as well. We have to consider all the various ways of building resilience so as not to have the mental health effects of this pandemic be more enduring than they need to be. In order to safeguard our society, we have to be sensitive to populations at risk, namely those with pre-existing mental health conditions, depression, anxiety, or just in general, those who are now being placed in much more high-pressured environments or situations. We want to encourage everyone to keep in mind our civic responsibility and appeal to everyone to continually think and act flexibly in these current times to safeguard ourselves. A lot of people are focused on the short-term consequences of COVID-19, and these are incredibly important considering the need to save lives. But we cannot neglect the long-term consequences as well. So we just want to encourage everyone to keep in mind our civic responsibility and to appeal to everyone to continually think and act flexibly in our current pandemic times. We're going to be putting forth a short series of tips and ideas just on how to better cope and manage, whether at home, whether with the current stress or uncertainty and anxiety. A lot of people are focused on the short-term consequences of the COVID-19, which are incredibly important considering the need to save lives. However, we don't want to neglect or forget the long-term view as well. So we want to start this conversation and get it going already to consider the interest of public mental health once this pandemic passes and our mission becomes one of recovery. So please join us and throw in any thoughts, ideas, comments or questions along the way, and we'd love to collectively, help one another. Okay, so stay tuned and thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Stay safe.